Well, good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday. It's 7 o'clock down here in southeast Texas. It is a rainy day. We were woken up in the middle of the night with some peals of thunder, some flashes of lightning, and some heavy rain. And the rain has just continued. So if you're in central Texas or North Texas and you're really jealous of the rain we're getting, we will do our best to send it your way. We want to be generous. We want we want to share. We want everybody all over the state of Texas and beyond to be able to make their crops, grow their grass, keep their gardens, plentiful, and all that kind of good stuff. So, good morning to everybody. I hope you've got your delicious cup of whatever your favorite preferred morning hot beverage is. Got my Seaport coffee going with my Bulldog coffee cup of power. So this ought to be a pretty good morning. So I hope you're joining me with the same kind of setup. Carlene, good to see you on here this morning. You give Alton a big fist bump, and Carlene Lejeune, would you give Pat a big fist bump from me? I'm glad y'all are on here today. Glad we're all here at 7 o'clock. Randy, I hope things are going well for you today. God bless you, brother. And you're probably getting a little bit of this. I think we're supposed to get it a little more intensely, the rain that is, than Houston. But I think we're all supposed to get 2 or 3 inches today. So hey, let's do our best to not float off. That would be, I think that would be a good goal for today. Good afternoon, Taya. How are things in Russia, sister? Is it raining where you are? I doubt it's snowing this time of year, but man, it's good to see you on here. And I'm sure when Birdie gets online, she will reach you appropriately. But glad to have you as always. And Raina, hey, representing Heiko strong in here this morning. Hope you're doing well, sister. Keeping you high on my prayer list, and you're going to stay there. Stay there until further notice. Janice. Man, Duluth, Minnesota. I've been seeing pictures on y'all's Facebook, and I am really jealous. I'm just gonna say that I'm really jealous. So, you're helping me add to my bucket list, going places that I've wanted to go, but I'm gonna make a higher priority to go. But hey, we're together. No matter where we are, we can be together heart to heart. So, thank you for helping to prove that. It's raining in Minnesota. I wonder if it's a cold rain in Minnesota. I've never been there myself, but I hope y'all are gonna get through the rain and get to the good time, no matter what. Gail, good morning to you, sister. I hope everything is well with you today. Hope it's going to eventually sunshine on you wherever you are on this particular Tuesday morning. Joyce, I tell you what, Trouble, your good friend and mine, Trouble, told me hello from you this past Sunday morning. So we're going to just have to look forward to a time when we can get you back down from Copper's Cove to Nederland to be in worship with us again. Man, good to have been with you for a little bit, but we're going to look forward to getting back together again in the near future. Debbie, good to see you this morning. Would you give Dawn a big fist bump? It's great to have you on here. Maxine, God bless you today. I think this whole week we're going to need to put our galoshes on. Either that or grow webbed feet. It's just going to be one of those weeks. But hey, Maxine, we're going to share this wet weather with everybody that needs a little precipitation. Gladly so. Gloria, hey, give Alan a big fist bump when he gets up and around. Good to see you this morning. Mickey, glad to have you from Florida. Hope you're getting just a little bit of this if you need it. If you don't need the rain, hope it's staying away from you. But glad to see you either way. Judy, good morning. Good to see you on here, sister. God bless you today. And Don, good morning. Hey, fist bump to you. God bless you now. Let's see. Talia, it is raining in Russia. Man, this must be a big storm. This must be, one of those global storms. I guess we can share it in a lot of different things. Global pandemic, global rainstorm. It's all good. And Steve, good morning. I hope everything's good in Lumberton, Texas. The coffee is good this morning. Made it a little bit extra strong because we have some great inspiration we're fixing to get into in Philippians chapter 4. And I just, man, we've been stuck in this chapter because this chapter is really, it's got it going on. If you need a chapter for inspiration, personal inspiration, good devotional material, it's all here. It's all here in Philippians chapter 4. It's like Paul was thinking about us in our time of need as he was penning these words. Of course, this book is a product of the Holy Spirit, so it's no wonder that Paul chose the right words that we needed. Barbara, good morning. I hope you're doing well. I hope you'll take a big holy hug from me. Charles, hey man, I miss you, brother. God bless you, man. It's good to see you on here. I'm going to get on here. We're going to share some good stuff, but I'm glad that we get to stay connected a little bit. Man, it's good to see you on here. Good to see your face on here, brother. Stephanie, hey, Heiko is really representing really well. God bless you, Stephanie. Good to see you here. Glad you're here with us. Let me take a little libation of Seaport so we can get going. Let's see, Sandra, you've been on my prayers. God bless you, sister. Good to see you in here. Hey, we'll try to send all that rain that you need up there to you. And God bless you, sister. Continued prayers for you. Andrew, how are you, brother? Hey, fist bump to you. Give Taylor a fist bump. Hope she's feeling all right. Going to keep you all in my prayers because I know the big day is right around the corner. Hey, listen, if y'all hadn't already done so, let's get this shared out so we can get a few more people in on here because I think people need to hear what the Apostle Paul has to say, not so much what the preacher Jason has to say, but what the Apostle Paul has to say is of paramount importance. And as I get into the scriptures, let me ask you a question. Your mind, is it a treasure chest or is it a trash can? Is it a treasure chest or is it a trash can? Now, there's an easy way to tell. What are you putting into it? What are you putting into your mind that will either make it a treasure chest or a trash can? Our mind is a repository for all the things that we ingest intellectually, that we muse upon, that we reflect upon. And the Apostle Paul has some very, very strong and very good words for the Philippians about how to make their minds into a treasure chest, because what they put into their mind eventually gets lived out through their lives. This is the principle at work. Good in, good out. When we fill ourselves with the good things of God, we're able to produce the kind of fruit that God desires. Now, if we just feast upon the carnal things of this world, we're not going to be able to produce the kind of spiritual fruit that God desires for us. Listen to what Paul says, and this is Christy's favorite passage. This is Philippians 4, and I'm going to start in verse 8. We're actually going to end down in about verse 13, but it's going to be good nonetheless. Check it out what it says. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Think about such things. This would give me pause because sometimes when I'm not on here at 7 o'clock in the morning, I'll pour up my cup of coffee and I'll turn on the news. Well, you know what? It seems like the news is never full of anything good. In fact, we can debate whether there's much truth. We really don't get news. We get commentary. We get commentary on things that have happened, things people have said. There's very little news that we are beneficiaries of. There's a lot of commentary, depending on what channel you watch. They're all full of commentary. But Paul says, fill your mind with what is true. Now, I think for Christians, that would directly take us to the Word of God. When we want to fill our minds with truth, we go to the source of truth. We go to the fountainhead of truth. We turn to the Word of God, which contains truth without any mixture of error, and we fill our minds with it. Whatever is noble. If just think about that. Think about the juxtaposition. I was trying to think about something that was noble earlier, and just think about things that are ignoble, things that are just debase. Don't give yourself to the lowest common denominator of what your thought life could lend itself to. Raise up to that level of noble thought life, noble aspirations, noble things. Think about such things that are true, things that are noble, things that are right. We are often presented opportunities to either do the right, do nothing, or do the wrong. Let's always choose to do the right. That requires a little bit of self-preparation, some self-reflection, some looking forward to those opportunities to act upon the right. Whatever is pure. Oh my gosh, I tell you what, there's been several times in mine and Christy's marriage, in our parenting lives, where we've just nixed commercial television. You can be watching a show that is absolutely appropriate, absolutely beneficial, absolutely positive for you and your kids, and then a commercial will come on, and there is nothing pure about some of the commercials that they air on commercial television. We thought, this is just ridiculous. We're just going to switch to something else. And we've facilitated, gone back and forth with kids going through different ages and whatnot, taking on their own personal, I guess, diet of entertainment and whatnot. But, there comes to be a point in each of our lives where we need to develop an appetite for things that are pure, not things that are sullied by the more debased things, the depraved things of this world. Whatever is lovely. God is the author of beauty. And when we see God in his creation, when we recognize that God made everything around us, he made the sun rise, which we're not going to see this morning because of the clouds, or the sunset that we probably will see this evening because the weatherman said last night that we're going to see sunshine after about 3 o'clock today. Just think about God in the midst of those things, and that helps fill our mind with awe and reverence for the Almighty. Whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, whatever raises us up. This is where it's important to have Christian heroes. Ty, let's see here. Let me see if that's not more better volume, Taya. I don't think I have another switch for it, but we need Christian heroes. We need those people that we can look up to that have done things. I think of people that have gone to the mission field and dared great things for God, for God's people, and for people who have not yet come to know the Lord. They've dared great things for them. And I think this is crucial that we not just admire those. We don't want to worship them, but we admire them so that we can gravitate towards that which is admirable. Paul says, if anything is admirable, think about it. If anything is excellent or praiseworthy, we ought to construct our lives in such a way that they are lived out as a wonderful offering, a sacrifice to God. We don't sacrifice ourselves, and not to death. We are living sacrifices. Paul says we are living sacrifices, living to his praise and his glory. And if we're going to be living sacrifices, let's be the best at whatever it is that God has called us to do so that we can offer it up to God in a praiseworthy and excellent way, because that's what he deserves. That's what he deserves. So that's what we're going to do. Think about such things. And Paul says, whatever you've learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put it into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. Man, isn't that great? We don't go it alone. We talked about peace that transcends all understanding, that guards our hearts. And the last time we got together, I think it was Saturday morning, we talked about this from Philippians 4, verse 7. But Paul re-emphasizes this, that as we fill our minds with these good things, these admirable things, these excellent and praiseworthy things, the God of peace is going to be present with us to make sure that the good that comes into us turns into the good that leaves us, the good that we accomplish, the good that we do. And finally, I want to end this and probably end the entire study on Philippians with Paul's probably greatest thought in this entire book. In verse 10, he turns to thank the Philippians personally for a gift that was given to him while he was in prison. It was delivered by Epaphroditus. One of their church members went to Paul, accompanied Paul in the city that he was imprisoned, supplied his need, took care of his of everything that he could take care of. And Paul says, I rejoice greatly in the Lord that at last you renewed your concern for me. Indeed, you were concerned, but you had no opportunity to show it. I am not saying this because I am in need, for I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. And this is the exclamation point. Are you ready? I can do all this, and your version may say, I can do all things. I can do all things through Him, through Christ, who gives me strength. Paul says, listen, I appreciate the gift. You have supplied me and blessed me and enriched me and encouraged me more than you know. But let me impart to you the great secret of living for Christ. I've learned to be content. I've learned the secret of being content in any and every situation. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Now, I know that we each need that verse, not just today, but every day, especially in these strange days that we're living. We need this passage. I can do all things. I can go out and face this day. I can face the uncertainties. I can face the frustrations. I can face the limitations. I can face the obligations that are on me now that weren't on me 6 months ago. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. That's the secret of finding contentment, peace, happiness, and spiritual growth in this life. We can do all things through Him who gives us strength. That strength that was available to Paul is available to us. It's available today just as much as it'll be available tomorrow, just as much as it will be every day that we call upon Christ. We just need to make sure that we're focused on Him, that we're trusting in Him, that we're listening to Him, and that we're keeping ourselves focused. If you want focus, go back and read verses 4 through 9 in this chapter, Philippians 4. Get yourself focused on Christ. Get your mind right. Get your heart right. And God is going to keep things going towards the good that, He has in mind for all of those who love Him and are called according to His purposes. But friends, I'm just going to bid you adieu on that note. I hope you can take that and it'll be of some spiritual benefit and consequence in your life. God bless y'all. If you got prayer requests, send them my way. Know that I appreciate all of you tuning in, and let's look forward to being back together Thursday night at 7 o'clock and Saturday morning about 8 o'clock. But we'll have a great time together. Y'all have a great Tuesday wherever you are.